If you want to get rich in 2025, I've got some really exciting news to tell you, as well as some advice on 5 books to read to be rich. And I'm coming from the perspective of how I went from having only $2 a day when I was very young, when my parents separated, to making only $8.10 in my first job, to making 6 figures in my accounting career, to now having time, freedom, and being able to have choice on how to live my life each day. So let me get cut right into here. So I run a book club, and I do this because I literally didn't have the guidance when I was growing up, and not having parents and adults around when you need them, life was tough. And so I think many people that have sort of suffered some kind of pain, and that feels traumatic, and it's shaped them to who they are now. We always want to give back to people. Well, at least I think there's a sense of wanting to give back. Of course, not everyone does that. I'm one of the people that have chosen to kickstart a book club for free, and it's been running for 3 years already. Over the years, it's attracted some really amazing authors to come in, like the actual best-selling authors, New York Times bestsellers with millions of followers. They come into book club, and they share their message in my little book club. And it's amazing, you know? And I think that's possible because those people are of the same giving energy, so they resonate to what I do, and they can see the authenticity in the content I make. So here's what I want to share with you. 18 years ago, I used to share a small room in a suburb here in Sydney. And I moved there to save money on rent, to save for a deposit to enable me to buy my first home, right? And during that time, The Secret, the book, was released. Now, I don't have a copy of The Secret. I have a copy of this, which is The Greatest Secret. But The Secret, the original version, I watched it on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you can still Google it on YouTube. It's probably got like, I just quickly had a look, and it's got like 15 million view on a 20-minute version, but I'm sure the full version is on there somewhere. And I watched this documentary movie in like a $50 TV, like the box one. I know some of you don't even know what it looks like because everything is like flat screen now, but like TV used to be like in a box. And I had a very small box because I bought this TV secondhand when I first moved over to Sydney. I was watching The Secret on this TV. And I was like, this is amazing. I feel like I've discovered something, you know? I'm like, how do I do what it tells you, which is around law of attraction? How do you manifest things? How do you make things happen? And throughout that process, I realized a few things, which does line up to different books I'm going to show you right now. The Secret was actually based on the science of getting rich. Now, this book was supposedly handed over by Rhonda Byrne's daughter when she was broke and desperately needing money. And so as she discovered and read that book, she was like, oh my God. And she started diving into people in that space, thought leaders, people that were into manifestation. And from here, she got connected to people like Bob Proctor and Joe Vitale, John DeMartini, people like that, right? And so all of these teachers, there was like 24 of them. And Dr. John DeMartini wrote The Values Factor. And I've got some very exciting news to share with you, because this is an invitation to come into a Q&A with me and John for free. Yeah, book club is free, and I do run these amazing events where I invite the authors in, and you get to benefit from that in a private Zoom room, just us, like book club. And yeah, even if you're not a current member of book club, totally cool. You're free to jump in, and because it's not an event that has thousands and thousands and thousands of people, you don't get lost in it. You will literally feel like you're part of it, because you are. You will actually get a chance to ask questions yourself. So I'll tell you more about that in a moment. And as I started book club, there was a book that I read also a lot. And this is a book that I think many people have heard of, but not a lot of people understand. Similar to The Secret, where people have read it, but they don't quite get it. And this book is called Think and Grow Rich. And Think and Grow Rich was written a lot earlier than The Secret. And I feel like this is kind of like the grandfather book in a way, because it was published so much earlier. And this book, which is by Napoleon Hill, has a lot of secret in it. And it actually says it in the chapter. So when the thing is, like, the way it's written, you have to pick it up yourself. Like, he says it in a way that he can't explicitly tell you, because if he explicitly tell you, you won't get it. And I get why he's doing it, because you need to see it for yourself. However, when you read the book, he like puts in capital letters what you need to focus on. So even though he's not kind of directly telling you, he's telling you not even in a subtle manner. He's telling you in like a pretty obvious manner. And you just need to focus on it a little bit to catch it. And this is the book that, once I grasped what it was saying, it changed my perspective of what's possible. Now, behind this book, there is another book called Outwitting the Devil, which is around conquering your fear. Like, what are all the obstacles that are going to be in your way when you are looking to reach your goal, when you are looking to achieve the thing that you want in your life? There's inevitably going to be obstacles, challenges, fears, doubts that's going to seep in. So how do you like knock those aside so you can like straight line get to your goal? That's what this book is about. And interestingly enough, book club actually did have Sharon Lecter, who annotated and edited this book, in book club as well, just earlier. So I hope you saw that. If you didn't, there is a replay in our community. However, these are the 5 books. So if you want to get rich in 2025, and I'm talking about, think of it this way. If you can just read these 5 books in the next 5 months, or how many months is left? We're in July right now. So That's 5 months left, right? So if you just read one book a month for the rest of this year, it's gonna set you on the path to wealth, to riches. So it's kind of a bit of a conundrum if you're watching this video. It's like, if you never watched it, then you can kind of go with the ignorance is bliss. Like, I just didn't know. Geez, I didn't know how to get rich. But now that you watched it this far, and you can't unknow what you know. So here's the 5 books for 2025. Read these books, and when you get rich, DM me to say thank you. Now, the gift I have for you is your invitation to the Q&A with Dr. John Demartini. I've spent thousands of dollars to be coached by him, and you get to join this Q&A for free. Yes, I did do that. I did ask him at the back of an in-person breakthrough experience with him, and told him about what I do. And he's awesome. Like, John is awesome. Like, he's literally a legendary in this space, in personal development space, in this all his work is like backed scientifically. He's a philosopher, he's a teacher, he is the OG, you know what I mean? Like, he's one of these guys that's literally been studying human behavior for years and years and years and years, like decades and decades and decades, probably some 50 years, right? Which is not like your current, like, some random expert who just like bought a $7 course and go, yeah, I'm gonna sell you a high ticket course. No, he's not that guy, man. Like, he's not like there's so many fluffy fake gurus now that just sells you like everything under the sun. And most people have like a fake dough. Like, you can see the BS behind some of the people that just sells you stuff, right? And so I want to say my personal experience is that John is one of the good guys, and he's legit been in this space for so long. Like, he's just been here for so long that in this instance, time is like legitimacy, right? Like, so I'm super excited to bring you just a global leader that's going to change our life. And this event is happening on the 23rd of July. I'm going to put the link in here. If you don't see it, jump into my Facebook or my Instagram. You'll be able to click a link and you'll find it. So if you go on my Linktree, which is Linktree/Kamsfung, you'll see me post the event details there. So I'll also leave your link there. I hope you see this video in time so that you don't miss this incredible Q&A with the one and only Dr. John Demartini. You're going to get so much out of this. And if you're thinking, Kams, this is the first time I've heard about John, even if I come to a Q&A, I don't know if I'm going to get much from it. Well, this is where I come in, because I'm running a special 2-hour event. So we're going to kick off with me helping you. I'm going to do a summary and a bit of exercises from this book to help you get warmed up, and so you're like up to scratch with everything. And then so you'll be in a very good place to deep dive on the Q&A and make the most of the time with John during this call. All right? So don't worry, I got you. I am someone that's always... I'm very aware that people have limited time and that they're very busy, and most people don't have time to read books, and this is why I do what I do. I am able to take complicated and maybe information that people don't generally find very entertaining, and I'm able to give it to people in a way that you feel energized. It makes you feel like you want to do the exercise because it's fun, and it's going to be very interactive, and you get to meet new people, which is exciting. Because a lot of Zoom rooms you go to, people have their cameras on and stuff, but no, not my community. People in my community are really cool. They'll have the cameras on, they'll be interactive, and you will feel the energy for yourself when you come into the session. I've ran many of these Q&As now, and if you have been to some of them, you will know how amazing they are. If you want to see what the past one looked like, you can go to excelpurpose.com/book club, and you'll be able to see it. Just make sure you don't put the www at the front, because it may not work. So just excelpurpose.com/book club, and you'll be able to see the past event if you want to get a sense of what my book club is like. And I will see you at the Q&A with Dr. John Demartini.